Okay, listen, pay attention, Africa. You see, let me tell you what you have not been told before, and what you are likely not gonna be told anywhere apart from this place. Pay attention. You see, what if I tell you that as long as Nigeria is concerned right now, there is only one arm of government, and that is the executive arm of government, and there is only one tier of government, and that is the federal government. Yesterday, the House of Representatives, 360 members of them, endorsed Mr. President imposement of state of emergency in Rivers State. They endorsed it, and they also endorsed the 6-month suspension of the governor and the suspension of the deputy and the lawmakers in the state. They endorsed it, 360 members of them. When the speaker said they may have it, no one was able to object. All of them accepted. All of them unanimously accepted. They endorsed. Why? Listen and pay attention. I'm going to teach you something right now. Pay attention. You see, one of the most beautiful feature of a federal system of government is the existence of checks and balance, the existence of separation of power. That is what makes the federal character very, very interesting. That is why people clamor to practice federal system of government. But that mechanism has been bastardized in Nigeria. Why? Because the superstructure and the opus mundus are whining together. They say to themselves, why do we have to checkmate each other when we can actually come together and lavish the resources of these people without them knowing? Now listen, let me teach you something you need to know. You see, when you go to the pre-colonial days in Nigeria, I'm not talking about right here in Ghana, because our fathers had their own pre-colonial days, which was so beautiful right here in Ghana. When you come to Nigeria in their own pre-colonial days, there is something unique about the pre-colonial days in Nigeria, and I'm going to teach you using the 3 major tribes in Nigeria. When you come to the Yoruba pre-colonial days, they made sure that there is an existence of checks and balance. If you check the Yoruba pre-colonial days, you had their laughing. They are laughing today. Let us say he represents the president. You had the Basholun, who was his vice. These 2 people represent what you can call today as the executive arm of government in Nigeria. And then you had the Oyomesi. They are the lawmakers, which represent today's legislature. And then you had the Obeniko fraternity, which represent what you call today the judiciary. These people checkmate each other's exercises. And then you had the Ora Onaka Kanfo, which was the head of the army, which you can call the head of the army in today's Nigeria system of government. Now, this system existed in order for checks and balance to exist, and in order to have separation of power, because history has proven that when power is not being checkmated, people are going to what become demigods, because power corrupts and absolute power corrupt absolutely. So this systems exist. So the Alaafin is not allowed to be a tyrant, because the Oyomesi is there to checkmate him. And now they know that the Oyomesi might unlawfully want to impede the Alaafin, and that is why the Obeniko fraternity is there, because they had their way of impeachment. The Alaafin is being forced to open a ballot egg by the Oyomesi. Now they know that the Oyomesi can be compromised, so they brought the Obeniko fraternity. And you see the system. So sometimes when you think that our ancestors were foolish, look at the system that existed even before the colonial masters came. They had their ways of leadership. Now, even if you come to the Igbo pre-colonial days, you had the Okpara, you had the Offer title holders, the Ozo title holders, the Omoada, you had the 8th grade. All these things existed for them to have what? Checks and balance and separation of power. Before, even if you go to the north, before Uthman Danfodio came with jihad, the Hausas had their own structure of checks and balance. Before Uthman Danfodio came and imposed his own system where people pay taxes, where you had the Saikin power, the Saikin Luwa, the Matawaki, the Waziri, and the rest of it. So The system that allowed checks and balance to exist has been bastardized in Nigeria. The executive, the legislature, and the judiciary are all in simpatico. They are in pari passu. There is a conscious, deliberate, conspicuous conspiracy between the three arms of government. They are all weapon fashioned against the Nigerian people. Because checks and balance, it was lead to what? The prevention of tyranny. It was lead to accountability. It's what leads to fair decision hearing. It is what leads to the maintenance of law and order. It is what promotes citizens' right. Since it has been bastardized in Nigeria, that is why you see what is happening in Nigeria. Can you imagine the House of Representatives, 360 members of them endorsing what Mr. President said? They are not even wise enough to divide themselves at least 70-30 for some people to say nay and the majority to say yay. All of them said yay, that it's been endorsed. This is a weapon fashioned against the people. Because checks and balance is what makes a federal system workable. Because even in that legislature, you have bicameral system where you have the House of Assembly and the House of Representatives. And most times what makes this system so interesting is that the both system never agrees. But today, both you cannot even differentiate a senator and a House of Rep member, because they are all in tandem. Don't you understand that these people are all one? They agree. When they want to do something, they all agree. They don't even checkmate each other's exercises anymore. And what has that led to? That has led to the executive unchecked power. It has led to judiciary being insufficiency. It has led to compromisation of the legislature, thereby promoting corruption and weakened governance. And it has made the people suffer poor leadership and an epileptic systematic failure. The people are the ones suffering. And now the opus mundus, the arms of government in Nigeria right now, is nothing but a monumental structure. They are all the same. That is what you need to understand. The federal system of government in Nigeria has crumbled. Most times you think our ancestors did not know what they did. They knew what they did. They separated power. There was an Alafin, there was an Oyomesi, there was an Ogbonike fraternity, there was an Ora Onakakanfo, there was Okpara, there was also title holder, there was a 4 title holder, there was Omuada, there was 8th grade, there was check and balance and separation of power. But today you don't have it. Federal system of government in Nigeria is nothing but a charade. It does not exist anymore. It's a charade. Africa, wisdom is the principal thing. You must hold them accountable. Hold your people accountable, because these 360 House of Rep members that endorse these things are all representing you. You know where they stay. Hold them accountable. The 109 Senate members are your people. Hold them accountable. If you cannot see the president, you can see them in your respective homes. Hold them accountable, because right here in Ghana, it can't happen, because we hold them accountable. Hold your people accountable. Hold them accountable. The giant of Africa cannot be sleeping like a mad dog. There is no checks and balance, and separation of power has been bastardized. I love you and I care about you. And wisdomize yourself. Read, know what the system is doing. Read and understand that these people are taking you for granted. I love you and I care about you. All you need to do to request for books from me, go to my bio. You see a WhatsApp contact. The number cannot go through phone call. It cannot go. So don't bother calling. Just send a WhatsApp message, and a book will be given to you free of charge. It's given to you by I and my friend Jake Magnified Online Library. The essence to get young Africans to read and understand. The book I'm holding is The Roots, written by Alex Haley, about Kunta Kinte taken from Gambia to enslave in America. Rich book. This book was bought in the 80s by my father. It's a gift. I love you and I care about you. Very soon my book will be published. My book will be published next month. It is titled Decoding African Politics, History and Modern Lessons. Power. You can't wait to have it, but you can wait to have it. I love and I care about you. Wisdom Africa is a principal thing. Follow me on our platform. Okay? Instagram, Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel. The essence is so that we can have more fund to buy more books. Mind you, I am still going from schools to schools, giving free books to African children in their respective schools. I give them hard copy and I give them soft copy for them to read. Okay, I want to empower you with reading. I want to empower your minds so that you can be equipped intellectually. I love and I care about you. Support Modern Day Tankwai in any way you can support us. You can pray for us. You can give us financial support to get more books, okay, and to help this foundation grow. I love and I care about you, Africa. Wisdom, my people, is a principal thing. Aha.